Hello, people of the world. My name is Nick Rigdon, and I'm kind of like Johnny Depp, but without all the problematic cocaine and allegations against him. Yay! Don't expect too much, like, I'm not gonna solve world hunger, but I'll give you information. We've all been MK Ultra'd by our government. This tweet right here, well, TikTok, I guess, was actually pretty cool.
This might be the hardest pill to swallow of the century. Understand this. I am a registered Democrat. A week ago, I was trolling this man's shit. If you had asked me to spit in his face and piss in his coffee, I would have done it for free. I would have done it for free. So try to imagine what I've seen that would make me flip the switch that hard. You guys know what a double agent is? Have you heard of the phrase, keep your friends close, put your enemies closer? What the news has been burying is that he's actually been talking about going after the human trafficking. Once I realized that the news was actually kind of fake, and Hillary was in fact lying, I had to consider the possibility.
Yes, the people my age are starting to wake up and realize they're actually, they're not conspiracy theorists, they're truthers, but that's the label that they have on us. But they're starting to wake up and listen to what conspiracy theorists have to say and kind of understand that it starts making sense. Now, she made another one I'm going to put in here, and it's actually really good information in less than 60 seconds or a little bit over. But here we go.
Wow, okay, 60 seconds, let's go. If you have patience, I can tell you how I got here. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep scrolling. This is how I came to the conclusion that Trump is actually a good guy. Once I found out about Operation Paperclip and Mockingbird and everything that happened afterwards, it was only a matter of time. You don't make an SS leader the head of NASA in your government and bring in all of his friends without consequences. They knew what they were doing, and they knew how long it would take, about 15 years to brainwash a generation. They teamed up with the richest families in the world, bought all the news, bought all the media, Hollywood, everything. When you're programmed to believe in lies, the truth makes your monkey brain go. You've been MK Ultra'd. They can literally program you to have a physical negative reaction to the things they don't want you to think about. What about Trump's mistakes and his past? Well, let me put it this way. Did we forgive Prince Zuko? Is he the head of the operation? Hate leads to suffering.
Yes, this girl has blue hair, but okay. She's more of a hippie like me, so I generally love that aesthetic, and I generally lean towards more liberals because they know how to party a little bit harder than Republicans. But with that notion, this girl really inspired me to go ahead and make this video about symbolism in music videos. Actually, symbolism is one of the most important keys of communication for human history ever. We often associate, number one, the cross with Christianity, Jesus, or Judaism. We also associate this is a little crown, and that is associated with royalty, opulence, and great responsibility. As soon as artists start putting it into their music videos, people don't want to look at it. Well, I'm here to go over it and kind of tell you what it means. Now, I'm going to start with more recent, I guess, symbolism from different music videos that have dropped during COVID. One is Ava Max. Now, what you have to know is that this group of people follow occultism. Occultism is more Luciferianism, but they have very occult-like symbols in their music videos, and this is just what it's saturated with. Look at Ava Max's picture. You can see that Ava Max is sitting on a throne next to two pillars. Now, the two pillars are important along with the kind of position that she's in. She kind of looks like the tarot card King of Swords, and also the Empress, the all-woman of information. And usually when this, the card is held upright, it means truth will prevail. But if it's downward, the sword is downward, then it means manipulation or misuse of tactics. What also you might find interesting is that there's two pillars. Now, in Freemasonry, which kind of lines up with Luciferianism, which kind of lines up with New Age thinking, wisdom, strength, and beauty. She's obviously the beauty, and there's wisdom and strength. Now, those don't seem like bad things, but used to manipulate or used to, indoctrinate the masses, yeah, they're going to show it to us before they actually really try to indoctrinate us, because that's how they work. If you don't know, one of the keys to main occultist magic is that you actually have to present to the person what you kind of plan to do. It's very subtle, but they know how to do this. They know how to present you with what they're about to do without you really knowing. It's kind of the arts of magic. He is also on a checkerboard floor. Checkerboard floor means duality of person, the good and the bad. And duality is a huge thing in esoteric occultism. Witchy roommate! I need your... Yeah. I'm shooting a video, but what does duality mean in occultism? Anything white and black pretty much is like...
Basically, yeah, that's a good symbolism of duality.
Gotcha. Thank you, bud.
No problem.
Now, those were two of the biggest ones that I could find in Ava Max's video. But now we're going to go over to Rain On Me by Lady Gaga. So in the very beginning, we can see Lady Gaga, the concept of duality, the inverse and then reverse, and then I believe as above, so below. That's a very esoteric meaning, and it means the same that happens up there, the same will happen like down there. And you see it here while they transition from Lady Gaga to Ariana Grande, who is also featured in this song. Now, Ariana Grande is seen wearing MK Ultra butterfly wings, so that could obviously signal monarch programming.
Her aunt was a victim of Dr. Ewan Cameron's brainwashing experiments at Montreal's Allen Memorial Institute in the 40s. Marlene says since she and others have shared their stories, some 50 survivors and their family members have come forward with stories of their own.
The dots started to connect almost instantly after our interview in December. We have people from British Columbia, from just about every province.
Dr. Cameron developed a treatment he called depatterning in hopes of curing schizophrenia. It involved massive doses of electroshock treatments, sleep-induced comas, LSD, and barbiturates. His goal was to wipe his patients' minds and then reprogram them.
And this isn't the only symbol that she's put out to say that she's a part of monarch programming. Let's take a look at another music video that she did for No Tears Left to Cry. Like, the fact that people don't see this. Now, in the Rain On Me music video, you see, these girls are like, we're having so much fun in the rain. And then all of a sudden it's, oh my god, Lady Gaga became an evil Sith Lord. Besides, like, the regular amount of gay men that will be like, yes, Queen Slay, she kind of looks like an evil Sith Lord that is spewing blood out of the tubes that are around her. What are you talking about? Lady Gaga's not a Satanist, she's a Catholic. Then, in the same music video, we see Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga worshipping, at the very bottom, I'll show you a picture, worshipping the bigger Sith Lord Lady Gaga that's spewing blood and adrenochrome all over the place. Everyone be fueled by the blood of innocence. They sneak these things into the music videos, especially Lady Gaga's been known to do it for ages. She even wore upside down crosses in her Alejandro video. My next person I want to look at is Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish kind of popped onto the scene with her earlier song Ocean Eyes, which she put on YouTube. She gained a bunch of popularity. People wanted to all of a sudden listen to her music more. And then she came out with an EP, and it was dark and gritty. It seems like it's almost promoting dark spirits, possession, signs of MK Ultra, signs of not being in a very great family, and also depression. Yeah, I really don't need to explain much about Billie Eilish because her whole persona is pretty much like, yeah, I love Satan. There's a ton of information out there, so I suggest that the only thing, I'm not here to convince you of anything that the Vree is real. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just here to show you that there are different operations, both in Hollywood and in other social factors, that have been taken over by the Vree and are used there to brainwash an entire generation to hate things that actually liberate them. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So let's look at the conclusion of these music videos, shall we? Number one, there's nothing there, and these artists are just being quirky and using Satanism a little bit and using dark themes to express themselves and how they're really tortured artists, or they are forced to put in these propaganda items into their music videos. They can't really speak out about what happens to them, or else they lose their Hollywood standing and they lose their money and security. I understand that a lot of people in Hollywood probably can't really express how they feel. Not only that, but it now seems like a lot more famous people are passing away. Which is... My name is Nick Rigdon. Thank you all for looking into symbolism in music videos, and I hope that you all can use this information and research on your own. Please don't take my word for it. Please think of what you think and what you hold dear, and just keep digging. Thanks. Bye.
Who are they? When we speak of, because this is where it truly is, and when we talk about those the six corporations, when we go as deep as the Rothschild, centralized banking, those the 13 families, the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America. When we talk about the people who, if we were truly the children of Israel, and we're defining who the Jewish people are, because I feel like if we actually can understand that construct, then we can see that there is no hate involved. When we talk about the lies, the deceit, how the fake dollar controls all of this, then maybe we can get to the reason why they wanted to silence you, why they wanted to silence Minister Farrakhan, and they want to throw that we are having hate speech when it's never hate speech, when it's not. You can't be anti-Semitic when the Semitic, when we are the Semitic people, when we are the same people that who they want to be. That's our birthright.
That's our birthright.
So if that's truly our birthright, there's no hate involved.
It's not.
How did this message get so misconstrued?
Nick Cannon is the host of the popular TV show on Fox called The Masked Singer, having a love affair with Louis Farrakhan, praising Louis Farrakhan, the greatest hater during this period. And you have a major figure on Fox joining in, talking about the Rothschilds, the 13 Rothschilds who control the world. The Jews control the media. The Jews control the banks. The Jews control everything. What in God's name is going on? The ignorance, the stupidity, the dangerous spreading of hate against the Jewish people, the hypocrisy where hate that comes from one side of society is condemned. People lose their jobs. If you hate Jews, if you support Farrakhan, you can go on and make money on Fox television. It is unbelievable. We call on Fox to condemn and to address Cannon's love affair with Louis Farrakhan, the greatest hater of our generation.